It's not the big mistakes that break you, it's the small ones that you ignore and keep you from getting to the next level. Welcome to Unbreakable. Hey, 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 thank you for joining me today on this Tuesday. So, we've been having some really live conversations about next level success, and I've heard all types of reasons on why people don't succeed, or those that even make 100K, why they don't make more. Some people make 30, 40,000, why they don't make more. Even people that make a couple of million, why they don't make more. There's different levels uh, that we all have to address, different habits when practicing and trying to go to these different levels. And one of the conversations we was been having was about giving people grace of when they don't follow through on things that they say they're gonna do. And these conversations begin to really reflect, you might make 100K, but what if you could make 500,000? What if you make 30,000, but you could really make 60,000? What if you make 2.5 million, but you really could make 10.5 million? What is the difference in keeping people from going to the next level? And so, as always, I've done research on how we're wired, our personality temperaments, and what things keeps us from moving forward. What habits do we need to focus more on? And what sort of people we need to partner with to help us in this journey. It's never changed. It hasn't changed in 30 years. It's still the same formula regarding how you operate based on how you wired and what habits you need to work on and to change or to enhance in order to be successful. And so I'm going to go right into coaching point number one. One of the habits that we break the most is we don't follow instructions. We always try to rewrite them. And discipline starts with respecting the direction, not trying to adjust it to your comfort to make you comfortable in the situation. And I've talked to a lot of people, and even I'm guilty, and I have done it myself. It is one of the things that I constantly catch and I take a look. Am I trying to adjust the directions for success that was given to me? Am I what sort of directions am I adjusting because it's making me uncomfortable, and focusing on that? And so it's the same challenge I'm gonna put out there with you. What sort of instructions or directions are you adjusting just so that you can be comfortable? That's one of those habits that will really help you to not execute to get to the next level. So whether you are a team leader, whether you are on a team, whether you're in a partnership, your reliability is through your execution, not your excuses. And we make so many excuses on why we don't execute at the next level. And those things really need some work. We need to work on changing those things, because following through on things is a formula for building trust and attracting the right type of partnerships. Adjusting uh, instructions without communicating, that breaks it. And so let me give you an example. There has been some, throughout over the years, there has been some things that people said they were going to follow through and do. I'm gonna give you a call and we'll work on this. Or, hey, I want you to be a part of this project because this is gonna happen. And then all of a sudden, poof, they gone. No phone call, no follow through. And it's those little habits that keep you from getting through the next level. And without making, at least a phone call and say, hey, the plans changed, it breaks trust and it doesn't attract very good partnerships. And really, when you take a look at it, true growth happens when you learn how to master what's asked of you before you try to improve it. And, if you're asked to make phone calls, collaborate, work on a partnership, come together, then that's what needs to happen. And if you can't make that a commitment, then you need to make a phone call. You need to check on the person, not just assume that, well, it wasn't important, so they didn't show up, so I'm not going to show up, or I'm not going to call and check. These are next level actionable items that really keep you from being at the bottom level. It really propels you to get to the next level. And so before you innovate, execute. And respecting direction builds the foundation for every elevation. And it's just one of those things. So work on your follow through. I'm gonna work on my follow through, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm not adjusting success instructions as well. And coaching point number 2, respect isn't in the response. Not returning calls, texts, or messages says more about your priorities than your schedule. If you are friends, acquaintances, it doesn't even matter what the level of the relationship is. Being able to text somebody after they've texted you or call somebody after they've called you, that is one of those habits that you need to put in place so that it helps you get to the next level. And it's the difference between making 50,000 and 75,000. It's the difference between making 100K and 200K. It's the little things that will help propel you and get you to that very next level. And communication is really a reflection of a person's character. Just because you speak a lot of words, it doesn't mean you have great character. It might mean you have good intentions, but great character really comes from following through and not leaving people hanging, or following through and doing what you say you're going to do. Or if you can't do what you say you're going to do, at least making a phone call, because silence really breeds confusion and mistrust. When somebody don't check on you, and you're supposed to have a meeting or you're supposed to have a conversation and they just leave you hanging, it makes you think like, well, what's really going on? I thought we had this, and then it's a turn off. You don't really want to be around those type of people. And it is the difference between being at level 1 and going to level 2. And even a short, respectful update, it really builds professionalism and a partnership. And so when you're trying to collaborate with people, or you trying to connect with people, or you trying to network with people, or you're trying to elevate your income, follow through is very, very important. And responsiveness tells other people that you value their time. And that's your role in their part of success. Hey, I value your time. Look, hey, I didn't get here. Hey, I'm running a little 5 minutes late. Don't just not communicate and not show up and think it's okay, or assume something. Go the extra mile, because it is that extra mile that makes the difference in your income and in your partnerships and in your relationships. And just remember that respect isn't what you say, is how quickly you clear up a response. And that's super important to going to next level in things. And coaching point number three, uh, 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 just the courteousness creates credibility. You know, small gestures like updates before a meeting, a quick text that you running late. It separates the difference between amateurs from really your high achievers. So that later, I have a meeting, and the young lady called me. An event planner. She gave me a call and she said, "Hey, so we're still on tomorrow at 2:30." Look, I needed to hear that because I've been trying to get in touch with people for the last 2 weeks and can't get through to them. I hope they're okay. There have been some people that were supposed to work on some projects with me. We haven't had opportunity to work on those projects together. But then there are those people that are, hey, look, I'm gonna call you at this time. They call you at this time. Hey, we're gonna meet at this time. We meet at this time. Hey, we're gonna follow through at this time. We're gonna follow through on those time. And those partnerships, we've been able to accomplish more together doing that versus the other type of partnerships where it's just no type of follow through in that situation. And when you talk about leadership and accountability, that's a type of emotion that you want to be able to put in place. And that courteousness helps keep the relationship healthy and professional because it's the little details in the communication that creates the reliability, the respect, and the readiness. And really, at the end of the day, that's what helps us get to the next level in life, no matter what it is. No, you don't have to call nobody back. Yeah, your schedule might be busy. Yeah, you might have this, that, and the other thing to do. Yeah, you might have forgot to call them back. Yeah, and then next thing you know, it's the same thing. Well, maybe you didn't turn that report in on time. Well, you were supposed to post at this particular time, but you didn't. Well, you were going, and then it's just starts to spread, and it is the one thing that helps keeping you from going to the next level in life. And so just remember to kind of always focus on that. When you show you care in the small ways, people trust you with big opportunities, and you will attract the big opportunities because big opportunities take small things in order to be able to keep those opportunities growing and going in the right direction. It's not the big movements that make you credible, it's the small ones that get done with consistency. And so those were just three coaching points for Training Day Tuesday. Take a look at those things. If they fit, they fit. If they can help, work on those things because it's momentum that can get stopped. It's so hard to start momentum again. And the moment you stop making excuses, that's when you'll start making progress. And just remember, it's what you do before and after the storm that determines whether you'll stay broken or be unbreakable.